Okay guys, welcome to another Thailand story. This story was submitted by a guy who has met a Thai girl, and on returning back to his country, she keeps demanding money from him and he keeps sending it to her. Let's take a listen to this story and see where it leads. Thank you for allowing me to share my story about a Thai girl I have recently met and developed a relationship with. I am still undecided about what to do or what her intentions are. I'm hoping you or your viewers can share some advice. My story starts when I met a Thai woman through work in my country, England. I had never even considered to visit Thailand before I met her. She had been in the UK for about 10 years. She originally married an Irishman and moved to Ireland to be with him, but later divorced. I had also been through a divorce. I had a good job and I was in my early 50s. When we first met, we went out for a few dates, then later our relationship developed into something more serious. At first, she was a very sweet and loving girl. She was very kind and showed me a lot of affection. On many occasions, we would lie in bed and she would tell me things about Thailand, which slowly made me very curious about the country. About 10 months to a year into our relationship, she started going out a lot more with her Thai girlfriends into the city. Many times, she would have to apparently nip out to go to a friend's or something. It was obvious she had someone else on the go. She would party all night and not even bother to contact me to say what time she would be coming home. So not long after that, I realised that this relationship was not going to work. And I called it quits. We broke up after a year together. I wasn't a broken-hearted man looking for new love or something like that. We had only been together a year, so it was pretty easy to break up and move on. But going back to when she used to tell me about Thailand, it really did plant a seed and made me very curious. We broke up in the winter, and by the following summer, I had booked a long trip to Thailand. In my head, I wanted to travel all over and see as much as I could. I also wanted to meet some Thai women, obviously. I don't know what I was exactly looking for. Not marriage or a life partner at that point, but maybe just some company. With that plan in mind, I joined a few Facebook groups where foreigners could start chatting with Thai women. I started to make a lot of friends on there, but 99% of them were after money, and most, if not all, were bar girls. A lot of bar girls even said they would travel with me, but I would have to pay their bar fines so they can leave work. At that time, I did not know what a bar girl or bar fine was, but after a quick Google search, I realised it was just paying for companionship. The idea to travel with a Thai woman did sound nice, but not as nice as experiencing the single life over there, so I declined all the bar girls' requests. I was not having much luck looking for Thai girls on the Facebook group, so I decided to give up and just told myself I'll find a girl once I'm there. But 2 days before I was to travel to Thailand, I got a message from one of the Facebook groups from a beautiful 27-year-old. We started chatting and had a sense of chemistry when we would talk. I did not want to waste time, so I asked her straight if she is a bar girl or anything like that. She stated that she has never worked in a bar and lives with her parents in a village, but also has a place in Pattaya. Remember, I had never been to Thailand. I did not know what Pattaya was like or what girls that live there are like. So her telling me she had a place in Pattaya did not set any alarm bells off at the time. She did, however, tell me that she has a son with a Farang, but that they broke up a long time ago. I liked her being honest about this. She could have straight up lied to me, but I feel like she was telling me the truth. We only had 2 days chatting before I was meant to fly, so I asked pretty quickly if she would like to meet so we could make plans. She agreed to meet me in Bangkok, where we would spend a couple of days and then fly to Phuket for the rest of the week. Once I arrived in Bangkok, it was in the early hours of the morning, so we agreed to meet later in the evening at a restaurant near my hotel. The Bangkok heat was something else. I tried to go for a walk to pass some time, but had to go back to the hotel. I was panting like a dog. When it was finally time, I got to the restaurant for our first meeting, and I was a sweaty, nervous mess. However, she looked absolutely beautiful. The first date couldn't have gone any better. We instantly connected and chatted the whole night. After the restaurant, she wanted to show me what the nightlife is like there, so she took me to Cowboy. I was absolutely blown away. Girls everywhere, as well as many tourists. We went into one bar where she seemed to know one of the girls there. They made a big fuss of us. The girls on the stage were gorgeous, and for a second I wished I was there alone. One of the girls that my girl knew came and joined us for a drink. When it was time to pay and leave, that's when I learnt about lady drinks, something I was not aware of at the time. Even though I spent more than expected in the bar, I still had fun, and the girl I was with seemed very happy. The second night together, she took me to Plaza. This place was even crazier than Cowboy. You are really spoilt for choice in there. Again, it's a great place to go if you are single and alone. But as I was with someone, the most I could do was look at girls on stage. After 2 days in Bangkok, we flew to Phuket for the rest of the week. Now in Phuket, she took me to Bangla Road, the famous walking street there. This girl was quite the party animal. It was both fun and tiring for me. Bangla was also fun, but it is jam-packed. There is even families walking around there, even though it's a nighttime entertainment zone. To describe it, it's like a bigger, better version of Cowboy in Bangkok. We got so much cramped into 1 week, and I was so grateful that she showed me around, from temples to Thai food. It was such a great time. Then all of a sudden, she got a phone call saying there had been a family emergency and she had to fly back north. She asked me if I could give her 10,000 baht and a flight back to her home. Of course, I was worried for her, so I gave her the money because everything sounded legit. I did not want to ask her what the problem back home was, as it's not any of my business. I just knew it was some sort of family thing. However, rather than flying from Phuket to her home, she said she needed to fly to Bangkok and then drive to Pattaya to pick some sort of documents up from her place and then head back home. Instead of asking me to come with her, she just said I can fly to Bangkok with her and then wait for her there, as she would only be gone for a couple of days. This did not really raise any eyebrows, because so far I have been having fun with her and had no reason to doubt her. Anyway, I flew with her to Bangkok and off she went to Pattaya and then home, apparently. For the next week, I was by myself in Bangkok, just doing a bit of exploring, a bit of drinking, and a whole lot of walking. And of course, I did what every guy alone in Bangkok should do. I headed to Cowboy and Plaza. It was totally different now I was alone and not with a Thai girl. I was getting the famous handsome man everywhere I walked on Cowboy. The girls stood outside the bars trying to get you in. With what they was wearing, I'm surprised they didn't catch a cold. I went into one bar that I can't remember the name of now. It was on Cowboy, and there was this mature woman on stage. I can't fully describe what she was doing, but let's just say that some balloons were being popped and she wasn't using her hands to pop them. After Cowboy, I headed to Plaza for the second time. I ended up going into some type of rock bar called Angel something, my kind of music, and girls. Plaza is full of nice girls, but I liked it in there the most, tattooed, rebellious looking girls. However, I did not go with any girls or take any home, just in case my girl came back. Plus, I did like mine, so I did not want to mess anything up. Also, I'm getting a bit old. I don't think I'd have the stamina for any of these beauties. Sad, but true. No shame in getting older, but it's not fun either. The whole time I was away from my girl, I was lucky if I got 2 or 3 text messages from her each day. As days went on, I started to think she was not actually going to come back to me, and the 10,000 was just a scam pulled before she headed back to Pattaya. Paranoia got the better of me, and I decided to check her Facebook page to see if I could find anything out. I noticed that she had been flirting a little on her pictures with another man that seemed to be located in Pattaya. He would comment on every one of her pictures and she would reply with them little emoji things. Maybe he was just some random guy that added her on Facebook, or maybe there is more to it. My suspicion was that she had gone to Pattaya to meet him, but because I had no proof, there wasn't much that I could actually do. 3 days before I had to leave Thailand, she returned with her son and her stepfather. Surprisingly, she never informed me that she would be coming back to Bangkok with her stepfather and son. It was a little strange. Her son shared a hotel room with me and her stepdad, that did not look old enough to be with her mother, in a separate room that I, of course, paid for. With her son in the same room, it limited the time that me and her spent together, and of course the things we could do. I did question why they were both here, and she told me that her mother was in hospital, so her son had to stay with her, and her stepdad had to be in Bangkok for some reason. I did not really fully understand. I asked her why we did not just go to her family's home, and she said she had not long broke up with her ex and did not want the village to start gossiping about the new farang. We tried to make the most out of our 3 days there, despite the situation. It just really felt strange. We would go out to eat in the day and then just lounge around the hotel at night. Of course, I would now be paying for everyone's food and hotel room. I would have liked to have gone out at night, as I kind of enjoyed the nightlife in Bangkok, especially around Cowboy. Obviously we couldn't do that, as her 4 or 5-year-old son was with us. On the morning of my last day, we left the hotel. She did give me a kiss and thanked me for everything. Her stepfather and son also thanked me. I paid a taxi for them to go back to Pattaya and I headed to the airport. When I got back to the UK, we continued to chat and keep in contact almost every day. As days turned into weeks and we stayed in contact, I am starting to have big doubts about her intentions. There is nothing really out of the ordinary happening, and she claims that she is my girlfriend. But deep down inside, I know that I am being played. Even though I have no proof that I am being played, I can just feel it. This part might make some of your viewers cringe a little inside. Over the past 6 months, I have sent in the region of 70,000 baht to help support her and help her out when she needs it. She has told me she is not working and struggling to find work and supporting her son on top of everything else. I am currently paying for her rent in Pattaya and send her money every week to do shopping for her and her son. She claims that she has to pay 20,000 baht a month for her car, which to me sounds like a lot of money. If she did not have a lot of money, why would she commit to buying a new car for 20,000 a month? It just doesn't make sense. It's also not like she uses it much. I haven't known her to travel around in the last 6 months. She tells me that the only income she has is from her parents that own a small business and does kind of okay financially. They apparently help her when she needs it, but they don't give her much. For the past 3 months, she has been at her place in Pattaya with her son. I've asked why she don't send her son to stay with her parents like most Thai girls do. She says that if she did that, she would have to send money back to her parents for looking after her son. Her parents are still working anyway, so they wouldn't have time to look after her son, I guess. The first thing I did when I learnt that she would be staying in Pattaya is do some research about the place. And the things I've read that happens there sound unbelievable, and it also sounds like a paradise for single men. But that, however, did not put my mind at ease. That my so-called girlfriend is staying in the largest adult playground in the world. Of course, I think the worst when she is in Pattaya. Obviously I am thinking she is working there, but surely she can't be freelancing while her son is with her. Back to her Facebook account. I can see her friends list and it's just full of Western men. It's literally hard to find any Thai friends on her account. And the pictures she posts, let's just say, you would not think she is in a relationship. Some of them are borderline. I'm surprised Facebook did not take them down. I told her that if I am her boyfriend, then she should change her relationship status from single to in a relationship with me. I only wanted her to do that so the other men on her profile can see she's in a relationship. Not like it would have stopped them from trying. She of course hit me with the excuse of she does not want the world to know her business, which I assume translates to I don't want other men thinking I am not single. Also, she told me that she wants to come to the UK this winter and insists that she needs to have 100,000 baht in her bank to show the embassy while applying for the visa. I did a little research on that and I couldn't find anywhere that it stated someone needs 100,000 baht in their bank. I did find that proof of money in the bank is required, but apparently that is in my bank and there were no set amount that I needed. So I guess I'm looking for some advice, even though I think I already know the answers. I kind of want to believe that everything she has told me is true and I'm just a paranoid farang, but I have big doubts. She does ask me for money a lot, but I think in my head I justify it by thinking she is supporting her son while she is not working. I would rather be helping her out financially than her working in a bar or doing the whole freelance thing. But even though I am retired and well off, I still don't want to be just an ATM for her. When I do give her money, she gets really angry and goes crazy at me, telling me I don't love her and just using her. She tries to make me feel guilty, kind of manipulating me really, but from what I've read, that is just how Thai girls act. They really know what to say and how to pull on your heartstrings. You are always the bad guy if you don't do what she wants. If any of you listeners have made it this far, I want to ask, am I this girl's sponsor now? Or am I her genuine boyfriend? At first, I trusted her and thought this is just how Thai girls work and the culture over there. But as the requests for money just keep coming, I'm now having second thoughts. Do you think she has more guys like me on the go? Do you think she has more guys like me on the go that is supporting her? She tells me that she has made mistakes in the past and she is not perfect, like everyone else in the world, but claims she really does love me and wants me as her boyfriend. I am no saint either. I have made bad decisions in the past and have made more mistakes than I can count, so I don't really judge someone on their past. I have never been to Pattaya, and when I brought up the idea of me visiting her and her son there, she was 100% against it and told me we can go anywhere in Thailand, but she does not want me going to Pattaya. She says that it's because no matter what I look like or my age, there will always be girls trying to get with me, and she would get really jealous. When I first went to Thailand, I did like the idea of me meeting a Thai girl for maybe just a holiday girlfriend or something like that, but never thought I would be in this position. It was not my intention to get in a relationship or become someone's sponsor, but then again, is it ever anyone's intention? Anyway, that's my story. I would appreciate any feedback. I can take criticism. I am not looking for replies like another porphyrin or something like that. I want some good, honest feedback, please guys.